Hello, everybody. My name is Isam,
My name is Ziad.
My name is Adele.
And I'm Ibrahim.
and this is our financial analyst case study on Ellie's gold jewelry business. Now, let's get started. In this presentation, we're going to be going over four main parts. The first being Ellie's case summary and our business recommendation. The second being inventory evaluation and the depreciation strategy. Third being accounts receivable management and also our financial projections. And lastly, we're going to be going over our risk analysis and mitigation and our marketing growth plan for Ellie in order for her to grow and succeed in her business. Let's dive into it, guys.
First, let's get into the case summary and business recommendation. Ellie is ready to take a big step with her passion for gold jewelry. She's been selling her designs as a hobby for years, but now she wants to turn it into a real full-time business. We will help her by analyzing her situation and figuring out the best way for her to set up and manage her business. Ellie is going to face some challenges as she sets up her business. She needs to pick the best type of business structure to protect her finances and manage taxes. On top of that, she has to figure out how to handle inventory, set up a plan for her equipment depreciation, keep track of her accounts receivable, and budget for her monthly expenses without running into trouble. Luckily, Ellie is in a good financial position. She invested $100,000 of her own savings, $400,000 in equipment, and $500,000 in a loan. Ellie's goal is to set up smart financial practices, save money on taxes, and create a solid foundation for her business to grow and succeed. One of the biggest decisions Ellie faces is choosing the right business structure, which will affect her taxes, liability, and how her business runs day to day. The four options that are considered are sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, which is limited liability company, and a corporation. Each has its pros and cons, but for Ellie's situation, we think the LLC is the best fit. An LLC gives Ellie personal protection so her own money and property are safe if the business runs into problems. It also avoids double taxation, which is a big issue for corporations, and is flexible to manage, which works very well for a small business. So overall, an LLC is perfect for Ellie because it protects her personal assets and is simple enough to handle while she focuses on growing her brand.
Now moving on to the inventory evaluation and the depreciation strategy. So Ellie has a smart way of managing her business. She only buys gold when customers place an order. This strategy is called the just-in-time system, and it helps her save money by avoiding the cost of storing gold she doesn't need right away. It also helps keep her business very flexible, allowing her to focus on creating custom jewelry without the extra hassle of managing a large inventory. If Ellie ever decides to keep gold in stock, she can use something called the weighted average cost method to make things easier for her. This method calculates an average cost for the gold by combining the price and quantity of all her purchases. It's a simple way to keep track of her inventory expenses and ensure she's pricing her jewelry fairly while still covering her cost. This system can overall help her stay organized and continue running her business effectively. Moving on to the depreciation strategy. So Ellie's overall equipment is worth $400,000, but it will lose value over time. To track this lost value, we recommend using the straight line depreciation method, which spreads the cost of the equipment evenly over the course of 10 years. After 10 years, the equipment will still be worth $40,000. This is known as the salvage value, which is the estimated residual value of an asset at the end of its useful life. So Ellie will subtract the salvage value from the original price of $400,000 and divide that by 10 years, which means Ellie will record $36,000 as an expense each year. This method is simple and helps Ellie keep her finances organized and easy to manage.
I will now talk about her accounts receivable management and her financial projections. Ellie needs help managing her accounts receivable. She is owed $6,000, but 10% of it is also over 30 days late. To fix this, we recommend setting clear payment terms, such as asking customers to pay within 30 days. For larger orders, Ellie should request a deposit upfront to secure the safe. She can also use accounting software to track payments and easily spot overdue accounts. Another smart step is setting aside money for unpaid debts, which helps prepare for any losses and keeps her finances stable. Here are some financial projections for Ellie. Ellie's sales revenue for the next 6 months is projected at $12,000 after accounting for the cost of goods sold, $8,160, and her gross profit, which will be $3,840. However, with operating expenses of $12,000, Ellie will face a net loss of $8,160. Ellie's cash inflows are estimated at $106,000, with $24,000 in operating expenses. This results in a net cash flow of $82,000.
Okay, now let's get into the risk analysis mitigation and our marketing growth plan. So for the risks that we have identified for Ellie's business, we have cash flow constraints, market competition, and default on loan repayment. Now, cash flow constraints are things such as delays in customer payments or unforeseen expenses that could disrupt her daily operations. Market competition, the gold jewelry market is extremely saturated, which is going to require Ellie to diversify herself and her business in order to stand out more and succeed. And lastly, we have default on loan repayments. With a whopping $500,000 loan taken out from the bank with a 5% interest rate, Ellie has to stay consistent, and it's crucial for her not to avoid any repayments because that will result in financial strain. Now for our mitigation strategies. We're going to establish a contingency fund for Ellie. This is where we set aside a portion of her profits in order to cover unforeseen expenses in machinery or just daily operations. Next, we're going to diversify her revenue streams. We're going to have Ellie partner with other businesses and offer exclusive collections. This way, she can explore new markets and reduce dependency on just one single source of income. And lastly, we're going to regularly review financial ratios. We're going to monitor indicators like debt to equity and liquidity ratios in order for Ellie to stay vigilant in her financial situation. Now, for our marketing and growth plan. We're going to have Ellie invest in digital marketing and social media campaigns. Ellie's going to showcase her business and her work on different platforms, such as Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. We're going to have Ellie run targeted ads towards her customers. Next, we're going to build partnerships with retail outlets. We're going to have Ellie partner with local stores and online stores such as Etsy. This is going to offer exclusive items and exclusive collections for buyers who buy online and at the different stores. And lastly, we're going to develop a loyalty program for repeat customers. We're going to offer a discount for frequent buyers, and we're also going to create a referral award and provide early access to new collections. So what did we talk about in this entire presentation? We talked about how we're going to establish an LLC for Ellie, and this is going to protect her. This is going to offer Ellie liability protection and tax advantages. Next, we're going to adopt the just-in-time system and a straight line depreciation system. It will ensure Ellie financial clarity. Next, we're going to implement a robust accounts receivable policies, and this is going to help Ellie enhance her cash flow. And lastly, we're going to show Ellie her financial projections and show her the importance of managing expenses at such an early stage in her business. And for the next steps in Ellie's future business, Ellie should finalize her business entity, establish financial policies, and focus on marketing and growth. Thank you guys so much for your time. We're open for any questions.